let's start by talking about what it's like to have an Aries friend. It's like riding a roller coaster. Yes, you heard that right, and not because it's total chaos, though it sometimes can be, but because it's an experience full of highs, lows, unexpected twists, and, above all, a lot of excitement. But before we dive into the details, let's take a little journey into the world of Aries to better understand why being their friend is so special, and sometimes complicated. Aries, the friend who never stops surprising you. If you have an Aries friend, you probably already know this. Aries is synonymous with adventure. This sign is the first of the Zodiac, which means they're charged with a fiery energy of beginnings, of, let's go, no time to waste. When you have an Aries nearby, you can forget about monotony. They're the kind of friend who texts you at 11 p.m. saying, "Hey, wanna go watch the stars from the hill?" And sure, you might be in your pajamas, but Aries' spark is so contagious that you end up saying yes. That's their magic. Have you ever noticed how Aries has that magnetism to drag you into the craziest plans? You might think you don't need to step out of your comfort zone, but there's your Aries friend, gently, or not so gently, pushing you towards new adventures. And it's not just that they have wild ideas, they have an impressive ability to make you feel alive. With them, life feels like a never-ending parade of possibilities, things to do, and experiences to live. If there's someone who will break your routine, it's Aries. Fun with Aries isn't just spontaneous, it's practically a way of life for them. Even when there aren't big adventures involved, Aries manages to make any moment interesting. They can turn a quiet afternoon at home into a cooking competition, a board game with made-up rules, or a debate on the most trivial topic that ends in laughter. Aries brings that touch of adrenaline even to the most mundane moments, and if you're someone who gets bored easily, having an Aries friend is the best thing that could happen to you. Energy, loyalty, and a little bit of impatience. Now, let's talk about what truly defines a friendship with an Aries, their energy. Aries isn't just physically active, they're also emotionally active. This is the kind of friend who never forgets you. If you fall, Aries will be the first to pick you up. If you're going through a tough time, Aries will be there, not just listening, but pushing you to overcome it. For them, there's no middle ground. When they decide to be your friend, they're in 100%. No superficial relationships here, we're talking about fierce loyalty. But be warned, this intensity has its challenging side. While Aries is that friend who's always ready for action, they can also be terribly impatient. Imagine you're telling a story and you see your Aries friend checking their phone or fidgeting in their seat. Are they bored? No, it's just that their mind is going a mile a minute. They're always thinking about what's next, the next activity, the next problem to solve. Patience isn't exactly their strong suit, but if you manage to capture their attention, you'll have someone fully committed to what you're saying. This can be a challenge for those who value calm, long, detailed conversations. If you like taking your time to get to the point, be careful because Aries might lose patience quickly. For Aries, time is gold, and they can't stand wasting it on what they consider unnecessary details. If you can keep up the pace, you'll have a friend willing to give everything for you. If you fall behind, get ready for a sharp comment or even to see Aries get up and move on with their own thing. Their impatience isn't disinterest, but a constant need for action and movement. The explosive side of friendship with Aries. Well, it's not all fun and games with an Aries. If there's one thing that can complicate your friendship with this sign, it's their temper. Aries is pure fire, and that means that sometimes that fire can burn hotter than necessary. When an Aries gets mad, you'll know right away. They're not the type to stay silent or let things slide. No, Aries will tell you straight to your face, and sometimes it can be quite brutal. One wrong word and boom, you've got an explosion of emotions right in your face. The strangest thing is, after an outburst, Aries can act like nothing happened. And here's where things get tricky for their friends. You might still be in shock, thinking, did they really say that? And then you look at your Aries friend, who's already talking about the next thing you'll do together as if nothing happened. This quick mood change can be disorienting, but that's just how they are. They don't hold grudges. In fact, what Aries values most is honesty. They'd rather have a good confrontation than a passive-aggressive conversation. And while it's true these outbursts can be hard to handle, they also have their positive side. With Aries, you always know where you stand. You'll never have to wonder what they think or feel because they're not afraid to say it, even if it's not what you want to hear. This brutal honesty can be jarring at first, but over time, you'll realize it's refreshing. You don't have to guess if they're upset or if something's bothering them because they'll make it clear. At heart, Aries is transparent, and that's something few friends offer with such clarity. Learning to ride the Aries wave. So, how do you handle these moments? Well, the most important thing is not to take it personally. Aries isn't mean-spirited, they just don't filter what they say in the heat of the moment. For them, words can come out like bullets, but once they've vented, the issue is resolved in their minds. And while it can be painful to hear them during a tantrum, it's also true that their ability to move on is something we could all learn from. They forgive quickly and expect the same from you. But it's not just about learning not to take things to heart. With Aries, you have to develop a kind of emotional thick skin, but at the same time, be skilled enough to talk to them directly. It's not about being passive or bottling everything up, but about knowing how to tell them when they've crossed a line, because Aries respects those who stand their ground. If you do it intelligently and without beating around the bush, Aries will not only appreciate your honesty, but will also have more respect and admiration for you. They don't like friends who stay quiet when something's wrong. They prefer to face the problem head-on and then move on as if nothing happened. The Aries contrast, intensity and forgetfulness. What's interesting about Aries is that they can go from one extreme to another with surprising ease. One minute they're yelling at you for being late, and the next they're laughing with you like nothing happened. That's the challenge of being their friend. You never quite know what to expect, but what you can count on is that you'll never be bored. In truth, with Aries, everything has a special intensity, for better or worse. This, for some people, can be emotionally exhausting. If you're someone who needs constant stability, you might find it hard to deal with this emotional roller coaster. One day they're ecstatic, and the next they're frustrated over a minor detail. But if you can see past those mood swings, you'll discover that deep down, Aries is a sign with their heart on their sleeve. They may be intense, but their intensity always stems from genuine passion for life and the people they love. Their emotional volatility is part of what makes them so authentic, and that authenticity, while challenging, is a trait many deeply appreciate. Friendship with Aries is an adventure. Being friends with an Aries isn't for the faint of heart. This is a friendship that will demand patience, yes, but in return will give you epic adventures, unwavering loyalty, and a companion who will push you to be your best self. The highs and lows are inevitable, but in the end, friendship with an Aries is always worth it. Aries will challenge you, make you laugh, pull you out of your comfort zone, and show you that life can be much more exciting than you thought. If you can handle their temper and keep up with their pace, then you have a friend in Aries for life. And well, as always, be prepared for the unexpected. Now I'd love for you to share your opinion and experience in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel.